Welcome to the Fan Forum Live. We've got a lovely post-game live after show for you guys. I just want to thank everybody for joining. If you're watching, make sure you're subscribed right now. If you are just joining us now, you just watched the Lions beat the Bucs at home, and I think everybody could say you were a little nervous. I know I was a little nervous about this game, even though it was at home, even though we were favored by Vegas, and even though, yes, I do have a new camera. I am excited to report to you that we won, and it wasn't a perfect game, right? My wife made a comment. She said this could easily have been 46-9 or whatever at the point, 46-3 at this point, but she was right. They left a lot of points on the field, which right now doesn't make a difference because we won, right? And we were winning that entire game. But hey, I have something that does make a difference, and his name is Hermdo, and he's joining us now. Uncle Hermdo, are you there?
Hey, what's up?
Your audio is a little weird, but I can definitely hear you.
My audio was weird. Oh, hold on. Oh, for God's sake. Dang,
Sounds like you're calling me from a house phone.
That's weird. Okay. Of course, I can't change. Why is it like this? Why is it? One day, can you hear me well enough? Like, one day, we're going to get this microphone thing sorted out. And you're going to be able to hear me. It's going to be clear. Let me jump out and try to jump back in. Sorry.
It's okay. Make sure your input's all right. So yeah, we're live here. We're live here on YouTube. We're live here on Facebook. We're live here on Twitch. Like I said, man, hey, big game, Lions, Bucs. Coming into this game, I really thought that we were going to see two different style Lions football, right? Are you going to let the NFL embarrass you, or are you going to play Lions football like you know you can? Oh, here comes Hermdo. Let's try it one more time. Hermdo, let's see what you got. Nope, and he disappeared. Where did you go, Hermdo? Here he comes.
Can you hear me?
Oh boy, can we hear you?
Okay.
I can hear you loud and clear.
Good. I had it set to my gaming headphones. I'm sorry. I hate technology. I'm a boomer with this stuff. One day we'll get it all set. But hey, how about those Lions? How about Jahmyr Gibbs, 218 yards from scrimmage, handling Tampa Bay a loss at Ford Field. Doctor and the Dew have a lot of splaining to do, but yeah, very good win. Nice bounce back win. Then they got the nice long bye week to enjoy, lick their wounds, and hopefully be ready for the Vikings in a couple weeks. So, yeah, I mean, it was a hell of a game. Baker Mayfield, 28 for 50. He was airmailing a lot of balls, especially in the red zone. I was surprised. It was just going well over his receiver's hands. I was kind of shocked by the lack of accuracy. He's still over 200 yards passing. He still had a couple good plays, but Mike Evans being out, relying on Cam Otten a lot, and it just was clear that just that Evans to Mayfield connection just wasn't there. But yeah, we were able to get to him a couple times. Aiden Hutchinson had a nice game. He had 5 pressures in the game. He was able to disrupt the play a few times. The Lions secondary, guys like Whitehead stepped up. Guys like Manuel, or what's the dude's name? We just got him for the practice squad, but he, the secondary played extremely well. Kelvin Shepard mixed them in and out of zone and man coverage. It was just a really solid defensive outing, holding them to 9 points, holding them to 3 points in the first half. That early touchdown didn't do any harm. The Lions were firmly in control. It was a hard fought win against a very good Tampa team, and it's definitely something the Lions can hang their hats on. Very good victory. What do you think about it, Mark?
Oh, I thank you for asking. So the doc said my mic isn't coming through right either. Is that true?
You sound a little echoey.
A little echoey. I wonder why.
Yeah, I can still hear you fine. I think it's all right. I don't.
Okay, well, we can fix that up. But yeah, I don't know why I'm sounding echoey. I shouldn't be.
No.
Okay. Anyways, so sorry if I do sound echoey. My opinion is, listen, I was super nervous of this entire game, leading up to this game, right? Wanted to really see a shootout. Really thought it was going to be a shootout, quite honestly. And then what do we get? We get a defensive standout, dude. We get a pick a player. We can name them all, man. Just it was phenomenal. It really was. Now this is driving me nuts. What he says sounds like my mic isn't my source. Give me 1 second, Hermdo. You do some talking real quick, okay?
All right. Well, yeah, but the good thing about this game, it's a nice win. Obviously, you want to win last week against the Chiefs. The Lions were just getting bad penalty after bad penalty. It seemed like it was really, it's just one of those things, kind of one of those Detroit versus everybody type games. And the Kansas City Chiefs, I've talked about it before on these streams before, where the league just Patrick Mahomes. He's the league's golden boy. He can't do no wrong. It's a cutesy little story. They got, the tight end dating Taylor Swift, fucking Travis Kelce, and all that cutesy stuff. And a team like the Chiefs, that's where the NFL money is made. That's the kind of team that they want winning these games. It's like this little Cinderella story. They treat it like that all the time. The same thing with like the Dodgers in baseball. It's nauseating. You get these teams every once in a while. They have some really extremely talented players. Don't get it twisted. Guys like Patrick Mahomes is an extremely talented quarterback. The guy is basically a cheat code. I know his numbers haven't been as amazing the last few seasons, but whatever. The guy's still like the top 5 quarterback, in the league, probably be top 5 all time by the time everything's said and done. But it's one of those things. Lions are getting jobbed last week, and the Chiefs didn't get any calls, any penalties at all. There's a lot of outrage at it. Lions fans are pissed off. We've seen this happen dozens and dozens of times. Lions always get jobbed with these calls, but Lions did get away with one today. That tripping. It was it Tyleek Williams, I want to say, tripped up. Who was it Whitehead? I don't remember. There was a trip at the end late in the fourth quarter. They tripped Baker Mayfield. He fell right on his ass. He was not happy about that. Lions got away with one there, but the game was pretty much already over at that point anyway. Baker was pissed. I couldn't believe how emotional he was getting, red-faced, screaming at the refs. A little bit of a jam job there. I'll admit maybe Lions got away with one, but, it's just one of those things, Lions basically never get like any kind of slack cut to them. That's been like the issue with the Lions for a long time in the league, and now we finally got one. Lions played a very solid game. Jahmyr Gibbs, absolutely incredible. I watched the first half at the bar. That 78-yard touchdown pass, just finding the gap, running down the sideline. It's especially against a Todd Bowles defense. We know how stout the Todd Bowles defenses are. Lions dominated the first half of the game, at least the first quarter of the game. They had like 160 yards. Tampa Bay had like 10 or something. But the Lions only came away with 2 scores. Amon-Ra St. Brown touchdown. He was getting a lot of looks early in the game. And then Jahmyr Gibbs worked his magic too. Only 2 scores. They held Tampa Bay to like a fluke field goal at the end of the half. But they should have been the score should have been a lot higher for the Lions, definitely. But yeah, I mean, credit to Todd Bowles, credit where credit's due. The guy still calls a damn good game, But honestly, Tampa Bay, a tough, solid team. Baker Mayfield, he's one of those guys, one of the best comeback stories in league history. But yeah, yeah, we'll just. I'll always enjoy a win. I'm never going to apologize for a win. You know, Tampa Bay is a quality opponent. Lions showed up in front of the fans. Fans were cheering. It was crazy, great environment. Lions deliver on Monday Night Football again. Their 5th straight Monday Night Football victory. The Lions are now 11-0 after losing a game. The Lions have not lost consecutive games in literally years. Literally years. One of the most solid football teams out there. Extremely fun. We're knocking off quality opponents. You know, putting it to Baker Mayfield, that's not easy to do. You know, a couple of years ago, he probably been like, "Oh, Baker Mayfield stinks, whatever." But no, Baker's really coming around and getting a big victory again against him. Watching him mope on the sidelines, that's huge. That's absolutely huge. How you doing, Mark? How's your mic coming?
How we sounding now, fellas?
A hell of a lot better. Hell of a lot better.
Oh, righty. The doc was right. My source was jacked up. So I was so excited to get on here.
Mine
and
too.
talk
The
to
same
you.
thing with mine.
Really?
Yeah.
See, we were just so geeked up, dude. This is what happens. You
Yeah.
know, and I just got this. Hold on. I don't even want to. So let's take a look at something I got on my phone. Can you see this?
It looks like
Who does
a
that
young
look like?
man wearing a Tampa Bay. Who does it look like?
Yeah. Looks like a young man sitting there wearing a Tampa Bay jersey.
I really can't see his.
I
don't know.
I'll bring it up on the
Oh.
screen when I feel like doing it later. But yeah, that's the doc. So
Sure.
courtesy of his sister, courtesy
okay.
of the
I
dude,
figured that's what it.
we
Yeah.
have some proof that he was not enjoying
Sorry, Doc.
himself at the game. Honestly, that was so my mic was jacked up. I'm back. We're golden.
We're golden.
24-9 was not the score I was expecting.
No.
Also, Tony, you owe me some money because I told you to keep the bet ride and that the Lions would cover the money line, and they did. And I hope the Seahawks cover for you too. I want my cut. But our offensive line, guys, is honestly, if you don't think that is not one of the best offensive lines in football, what the fuck is wrong with you? Kudos to that. I hope everybody on that offensive line won a game ball.
Yep.
I mean,
I hope so too. Did you see Panay Sewell, all 335 pounds of Panay Sewell running, blocking for Jahmyr Gibbs? That fucking dude is quick. I cannot believe how fast he was moving. He looked like a fridge just running down the sideline. It was crazy. But yeah, offensive line, second to none, man. It's absolutely incredible. That was a bit, and we talked before the season about like some of the losses on that offensive line and how we were concerned going forward. Frank Ragnow retiring and all that stuff. But it's probably the best unit on the team. It's absolutely incredible how they've been able to maintain and keep Jared Goff upright all season.
Well, upright and not even that so much, dude. It's just upright and move the line. They move the line 5-10 yards upfield. It's the next level blocking. Yeah. So that to me was something that I enjoyed watching a lot in that game, was the offensive line blocking. I really enjoyed seeing from a defensive side. I needed to see that game. I needed that defense needed it.
Yeah.
They needed it to happen in Monday night. They needed to happen in the Motor City. It had to be the all blackout. That was a cohesive unit. I didn't give a shit about what number I saw out there. I saw a Lions defensive player making a move, and it was technique. I just kept screaming technique the entire time.
Yeah.
Technique, because that's what it was. It was well coached defensive football. I mean, what more can you say to that, man? Hutch wasn't the all-star. Lee McNeil wasn't the all-star. Anzalone wasn't the all-star. Amik Robertson wasn't the all-star. It was everybody, right? So when we release a video that says, the secondary's depleted, corners in trouble, everybody but Vegas, really, they didn't think Baker was going to chew us up. Everybody thought Baker was going to light up that secondary.
Yep.
And we did. We exposed him. I don't know what you guys were saying, and when I was trying to do my audio out, but Baker looked off. I don't care what you say. That's not
Yes.
MVP football.
No.
Sorry, I keep shaking this camera. I got to remember I have it attached to this desk now.
Yeah.
So Baker was not playing MVP football, Tom. He wasn't.
No, it was not.
And dude, JT, your coach is I'm sorry. Like, I won that game and I'm mad at your coach. He's an idiot. He's a boring ass 2x4. At the first half, right when the first half was over, they go to interview him, right? And all right, what can you do better, right? Dan Campbell, he's screaming, he's yelling, you could barely hear him talking. He's like, well, we gotta run it better on first downs. And I'm just like, this guy hates his life. Like,
yeah.
not Raheem Morris. I'm sorry, Todd Bowles, dude. Better suited as a coordinator. You do not have the caliber or the cachet to coach a team like that, because Baker is a great quarterback. They have a great defense. They have great wide receivers. But that's what happens when you don't have that extra culture that the Lions have, where these guys aren't playing for Todd Bowles. They're playing for Baker. They really are. And that only goes so far. You're not going to win a Super Bowl playing for your quarterback.
No. But, we see, Baker constantly frustrated. He was getting mad. He was getting emotional. I talked about maybe the Lions got away with that one penalty, that trip near the end, but it was just clear. Baker was screaming at the refs all night. He just seemed like, but it's just like, dude, you're airmailing these balls left and right. The accuracy was way off. If the Lions are forcing turnovers, they could have came away with more points and stuff like that too. But they were frustrating Baker all night, and Baker was clearly getting rattled.
And that was the defensive line. They were smashing him.
Yes.
Kudos to Lee McNeil being back, and So, and then like Bucks O-line, they got away. The Bucks got away with a lot of penalties, and I don't really want to make this a penalty thing, because
they did too.
We did this whole penalty gate in Kansas City. It was starting to get a little weird. I'm not going to lie. And I'm thinking to myself, and I looked at my wife and I said, see, they don't want us to run away with the score this far. They're like pulling us back and keeping this thing to where it's like supposed to be this battle of the duels. And I really feel like if that wasn't amped up to be that game and they just let it play out, that's what it would have been. It would have been 38-0 by the first half. But Lions 28-0 when they had the lead going into the fourth. You're right, dude. You can look up at the stat when neither did I, and I hope that's a correct stat. But let me tell you what, there are some stats where, when we're up in the half, I don't know the stat, but it's one of those, we're pretty much guaranteed to win, right? But here's the downfall. We do not play well from behind. So if we're down by a point going into halftime, you can guarantee we're going to lose that game. But
that's some interesting stats about Jared Goff. I guess he's in his last 2 years, he's only had like 2 touchdowns in the first quarter. The Lions usually get the offense rolling in the second and third quarters of the games. He had like 20 touchdowns in the second quarter, like 27 in the third quarter. I'm not sure how many in the fourth quarter, not quite that many, but the Lions are one of those teams that they get off to a little bit of a slow start sometimes, or maybe they rely more on their run game. They don't really air it out that much. But Jared Goff throwing first quarter touchdowns is a kind of rare thing, but he did have one tonight. But
he did.
It looked like they were really, So it's just one of those things. There's all sorts of, I swear to God, there's some new fascinating Lion stats comes out every time we play. It's crazy. People are talking about it all over the place. But Lions are a surprising team, and excuse me, drinking a beer. But we definitely showed up today. It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. You get to
what was the one thing that you were worried about? Tell me the one thing you were worried about.
The secondary. That was the big thing with all the drama surrounding Brian Branch, all the stuff going on there. I thought Baker was going to light us up. I thought him and Mike Evans were going to just be like lighting it up, having like long ass receptions, like just running all sorts of routes, just fooling us left and right. But that was definitely not the case. I'm thinking, like, could it possibly be the Lions suffer 2 consecutive losses I mean, for the first time in like 3 seasons, but that wasn't the case. We locked it down. We kept, their receiver core totally and completely ineffective all night. I don't even know what kind of running game they had. Tampa really didn't seem like they ran it at all. It was a total non-factor. Everything. I mean, everything was so lopsided. It was just a very dominating victory on part of the Lions, and it's just great knowing that the Lions can win those kind of games and not, I mean, the Lions' biggest losing streak in the last 3 years has just been like one game, but it just proves, Tampa Bay was a tough challenge, but we got to them, and it's
Does this look like a tough
there he
challenge
is.
to you? Does that look
There's
like
my
a tough
sad boy.
challenge?
I'm sorry, Doc. I'm sorry, Doc.
Oh man,
Oh,
I finally
shit,
got
that's
it
funny.
to pull up on here. You could see in detail, man. Yeah, that's just too good.
Poor guy.
Poor
I feel
guy.
bad for him.
He's gonna take a beating at all day tomorrow. It's okay though.
Yeah.
You know what? I will say he's a good sport. He didn't do a single ounce of shit talking. And neither did I. I didn't think that this was really a game where I wanted to see who's who. Because like he said, at the end of this game for Tampa Bay, for him, he's like, we're 5-2. He goes, if we lose to you, we're 5-2. I'm like, that's fine. You're right. You're still 5-2. Now I'm not too concerned about the rest of their season. I'm more concerned about the fact that, listen, we're going to get a bye week. We're going to get a lot of rest. We're going to get Brian Branch back. Hopefully Kirby Joseph healthy. The offensive line is all squared up. The major injuries at this point just become really the scrapes and the bruises and all the twists and ankles. And we know Terry Arnold's still out. We know DJ Reed's still out. Mm-hmm. So at the end of the day, the rest of it is just healing everybody back up, dude. But
definitely.
Pretty wild, man. I thought Jahmyr Gibbs showed the NFL who the hell gives a shit about Bijan Robinson.
Exactly. Most yards from scrimmage since Calvin Johnson in 2013. Absolutely insane.
What a stat.
Absolutely insane. Jahmyr's always breaking some Lions record every week. When he's active, when he's in motion, man, he is dangerous. It's one of those. It's just crazy. It's absolutely crazy what Jahmyr Gibbs has been able to do. I mean, just for so long, we just wanted a running game. I mean, since Barry left, it's like 20 years there. We had absolutely nothing. You know it, Mark. I know it. It's just like there's absolutely no running game for the Lions for so long, and now we got probably the most dynamic running back tandem in the league. Definitely the most dynamic running back tandem in Lions history. But it's so gratifying to see this stuff.
I would say yes to both. Yes to in the league, and yes to Lions history. And if we could get into that, but name a team that has a better 1-2 combo punch or a 1-in-1 on the field combo punch of Montgomery and Gibbs. Two guys I know that complement each other, love each other, but again, it comes back to that offensive line. Holy shit, dude. Tate Ratledge is a rookie. Everybody talks shit. I said, you're going to love this guy. He is meant to be drafted to Detroit, and that's what this is. Detroit now is a team that if you are an offensive lineman and you are ready for the NFL, this is where you want to play. You are going to want to suit up. It's just like if you're a wide receiver and you want to go to Ohio State. Like we are a team now where these offensive linemen want to come and build upon something bigger. I mean, if you're a rookie, Tom, and you're coming to this team, holy shit, the room you're in with Decker and Sewell. And we actually had somebody comment saying, hey, like when Decker retires, we better have a better game plan than Ragnow. And I agree. Like we have to be completely prepared for that big left tackle spot to open up for Decker to retire. And that we'll address that in the draft. But dude, that offensive line cannot go unpraised enough, in my opinion.
No, it's just like you said, moving the line, doing everything you need them to do. Just excellent performances. I mean, just like probably the best unit on the team, or one of the best units in the league.
Yes,
taking care of business, just making sure they're opening up gaps left and right, making sure Jahmyr Gibbs or whoever can get through. You know, they're making sure nobody's making sure they're giving Jared Goff plenty of time.
Yeah, they
moving
are.
that line. I mean, the defensive fronts just can't keep up with them. That's how stout they are. You see them just imposing their will on the field every game. It's absolutely insane. But it's just that was a big source of concern for me. Like I said before, I know we brought it up before plenty of times before the season, during the season, but I have no worries. That's the one unit on this team I am absolutely not worried about is the offensive line. And
Yeah.
credit to Brad Holmes for putting that together. You know, losing a guy like Ragnow, that's going to be a big, big issue. But it wasn't an issue for the Lions. We took care of business. That's one of the things, just trusting the front office to be able to plug and play players in there. You know, we were worried about the secondary this game too. We took care of business. We signed some guys. We brought up some guys. You know, guys like Whitehead were out there making plays. You know, it's just like we have enough depth. We have enough, good assignments, good scouting and good, roster construction where we can just, and any kind of downside, any kind of setbacks, we can definitely make up for it. You know, it's just one of those things. I mean, this is why I'm really not worried about the Lions and, why I didn't really think they were. I mean, I figured they were going to take a little bit of a step back this year, but I was not worried. I still thought the division is in sight and they could be, a 11, 12 win team this year. I still think they can still be dangerous and they can still take care of business. The schedule doesn't look that scary anymore. So, yeah, I'm trusting the plan. I'm trusting the plan.
Well, and someone we never compliment enough is, I know we never bring him up enough, is Hank Fraley, right? Offensive line coach, run game coordinator. He has been an anchor and a consistency in this team since the conception of this whole juggernaut. But, dude, looking at the stat sheet, right, I love looking at a win where everybody that we normally talk about is out, right? Okay, so you would expect their production in their spot, right, to kind of dwindle and say, it wasn't a Brian Branch safety night. He normally leads the stat sheet and everything, but Eric Hallett did too, right? So it's like plug and play, right? Can't say enough how much I like this. I'm trying not to use these corny words like next man up, but just well-coached room. And I gave a lot of shit. I said this corners room, the secondary room isn't coached. Not I say that. I didn't say that. Just didn't have a right voice in the locker room. Maybe it wasn't mature enough. Didn't have a leader. Prove me wrong, man. I'm so happy to see Rocky Sin step up. I'm so happy to see. Dude, did you not want to just hug Derek Barnes and Jack Campbell for how vicious they were playing? Especially Jack Campbell.
They were playing Jack Campbell breaking up passes. It was crazy.
God.
They making those moves in the end zone, stopping those touchdowns. You know, from that there were some fire touchdown passes. They were the pass breakups, the tackling. You know, it's just next level kind of stuff, man. Just the kind of stuff. You know, looking at that, they were showing graphics of like the 2nd to 4th round picks Brad Holmes has made, and it's just like Pro Bowler after Pro Bowler. It's insane the kind of depth and the kind of talent that exists on the team, and players that can step up and fill these roles when other guys go down.
Well, would you not say that we took Alex Anzalone as a linebacker and said we're going to mold him, and then every guy that we draft is going to be something comparable to Anzalone? And did he not set the mold for what a Lions fucking linebacker is? Because Anzalone can't say better things about him, but he inspires Jack Campbell to be 10 times better. You know what I mean? He makes Derek Barnes a savage. Right, he's bringing out the best in these guys because he's found a way to put himself into a mold and say, just jump into this and you'll succeed. So, yeah, I don't know, man. I'm super pumped. I got to stop touching this table and shaking my screen, but I'm super excited.
I'm touching myself. No.
Well, that's okay. But, that's better than touching the table.
No, I'm just joking around. Of course, we keep things PG-13 here, but I'm just yes, NC-17. But I can't say enough good things with the Lions the way they're constructed. Guys like Anzalone stepping up because Anzalone was just kind of one of those guys. He was just like on the team for like right around the time Dan Campbell got here. Just like who's this fucking clown? Fuck this guy. But he's really stepped up. They
Mhm.
molded him into one of the most dynamic linebackers in the league. Everyone's following suit with him. He like sets the standard. You know, what this coaching staff's been able to do, losing guys, especially like Ben Johnson, losing guys like Aaron Glenn, being able to fill those guys up. Looking at what John Morton has been able to do on the offense, looking at what Kelvin Shepard's been able to do with the defense, just, you know, especially the offensive line coaches, the line coaches, Dan Campbell himself, you know, this machine just keeps running and running and running. And it's it's so gratifying. I mean, it's just like, I know it's been like this for a few years now, watching just like grade A Lions football, but man, God damn it, it's just so much fun to watch. And it's just so reassuring to you. You just know the Lions can get it done. Next step is getting a ring. I know some people are just like ring or bust, or they don't care about the Lions until they get to the Super Bowl or whatever. Personally, I'm taking every win we can get. I'm enjoying the hell out of this. You know, a ring would be obviously incredible. We expect it. You know, we expect a lot of things in Detroit. You know, I mean, for all the ways we are spoiled, we still expect a lot from our teams, and our teams haven't really been delivering lately. But I think the Lions can do something special this year. You know.
Well, let's say this real quick. It is a ring. It's a ring season for the Lions. Yes, there's no doubt about this. We deserve it. We've put our work into it. But I don't want to overlook this, man, because you've been putting out some killer Red Wings videos. The Red Wings are on a 5-game win streak right now.
Yes.
The youth, the quote unquote, I hate saying it, Iser plan of all these draft picks looks to be like, holy shit. They're young, they're fast, they're exciting. They want to play fucking hockey. They compete. They're how do I say this? They all look like just hockey guys. I know it sounds fucking corny, but they just look like hockey guys, and they sound like hockey guys. I don't know. I'm having fun. I've been watching it from a distance just because I don't know it. I'm kind of having you reteach me with your videos and then watch it. So. Dude.
Yeah,
let's talk about it.
The Wings are a lot of fun right now. They're a lot of fun. It's a new dynamic with the team. It's a big youth movement. The Wings MO, I mean, during the Ken Holland days, you know, you would see guys drafted like outside the top 10 and not start in the league for 3-4 years. Just guys like sitting in the league. And there's still guys like that. That's still, you know, the Red Wings. There's guys like Amadeus Lombardi and Carter Mazur and some other players. You know, Albert Johansson's been in and out of there. Stuff like that. So they still got some guys cooking in Grand Rapids, obviously. Some guys playing in the Swiss leagues and whatnot. We got Dmitry Vichelnikov. He's making some noise in the CKSA. But looking at the three rookies now, I've been talking about these guys a lot. Emmett Finney, Michael Brandsegg-Nygaard, it's pronounced Nygaard, and Axel Sandin Pelika, 2023 first-round picks. Emmett Finney, 200 and I think he was 203rd overall pick. He was a 7th round pick 2 years ago. Now playing on the top line with Raymond and Larkin. He has tied the top rookie scorers this year. He has 5 points in I think 6 games. It's absolutely insane. He had 2 goals last night, one including an empty netter. He was all over the place. I pointed out in my video. Go watch it. Make sure you're subscribed to the Fan Forum. But the kid's touch. The kid's forechecking, the kid's fundamentals. I know we talk about fundamentals a lot, although his passing is he needs a little bit of help with that. I mean, he needs to tighten up a little bit. He had a few he had a few giveaways and whatnot, but his zone entries, the way he gets to the net, the way he's able to weave around, the way he gets to the puck, the way he is just everything. The fundamentals of him are extremely solid. He's definitely a great find. You know, like with a lot of other Red Wings picks, he's a little undersized. I think he was like 5'6" when Yzerman drafted him. He put on like 6 inches of height. He's, you know, a 6-foot guy, still probably a little skinny, but you just got to watch out for these like young undersized dudes. But he's a dynamic young player. I'm not going to say he's going to be like the next, you know, Connor Bedard or something, or he's on that level. Obviously. I mean, he'd probably be the biggest steal of all time, but just this guy, if he can be like a 40 to 50 point player, and that's putting a lot on him. But there's been some speculation. I've seen some things around Twitter talking about, could this guy be like a half point a game player? And if you get a 40-point player in the 7th round, I gotta tip my hat to old Stevie Y. This kind of stuff he did in Tampa Bay, finding guys like Braden Point, finding guys like Nikita Kucherov in the late rounds. Nikita Kucherov is one of the most deadly scorers in the league right now.
It's a household name now.
Yes, it is. But I see Wiseman can find guys at the later round. If Emma Finney turns into something, obviously, if it's just that's the Wings thing. The Wings have had no luck in the draft at all. We know it. That's one of the things. It's like the mitigating factor with Yzerman. A lot of people want to come down on the Yzer plan and Steve Yzerman, but the fact of the matter is, he just had no luck in the draft. This is what you got to do. You got to find guys in the later rounds, not just like bottom 6 guys. You got to find guys to round up your top lines can be on the line with Larkin, with DeBrincat, with Raymond, somebody who can shovel them, assists, somebody who can get to the net, get the right positioning in front of the net. You need your top line guys, and obviously not every single GM can do that. It's extremely difficult to find top line guys after like the 2nd round, hell, after the 1st round. But if Yzerman can pull this off, if this Emmett Finney kid, I don't know. I think looking at him, and I'm not going to tell you I'm like the best judge of this kind of stuff, but oh shit, the Toronto Blue Jays won. Oh well.
I was going to say,
yeah,
I had to
me and my
say.
dad. What's his name? He had a 3-run homer. Yeah, I saw that. That was pretty crazy. But they won one in their house. That's good for them. Good to see. That's the first time they've been to the World Series since what, 93?
32 years.
Since Jack Morris was playing for them. Fucking A.
Morris.
But yeah, more on the Wings. I'm excited to see this. They're beating quality opponents. Florida, Tampa Bay, Toronto, now the Oilers. These are all teams that are chock full of talent. I know we didn't play against Matthew Tkachuk when he was on the Panthers, and Florida's Tampa Bay. Not Tampa Bay. God damn it. Toronto's missing Mitch Marner. He's on the Vegas Golden Knights now, but maybe they're not quite as dynamic as they were before. But these are still quality opponents. You're still going up against Connor McDavid and all these dangerous guys. Austin Matthews. Brad Marchand. Guys like who could really hurt you. Wings are coming out ahead. Wings are looking extremely good. I'm just telling, I said it in my last video, I think Todd McClellan put the fear of God into these guys after that first game, that disaster against Montreal to open the season. But it's been all Wings, baby. But I know, and I talked about this a little bit in my video. I know we go back to my videos. Sorry, I'm a little animated right now.
No,
but
your videos are awesome, man. They're killing it.
Yes. Thank you. I love making them. We love talking hockey here. But basically, the Wings have had hot streaks before. I think a couple seasons ago I think they had the most goals in the league throughout the first 5 games. They won 5 games in a row. Alex DeBrincat was just slapping the puck around. And then they get a little streaky. They win like 5 in a row. Then maybe they'll lose 3, or maybe they'll go like, 2, 3, and 1, or maybe they'll have a little bit of a rough patch. Just Wings fans, I hate to be this guy. I don't want to be the guy that's always planning for the bottom to drop out. But maybe it's still different under McClellan. Under Lalonde, you just knew the bottom was going to drop out. That's the thing. But maybe we could have a new kind of attitude with the Wings, a new culture. I'm liking what I'm seeing from Todd McClellan so far. The kids are playing very, very, very solid hockey. We're finally understanding why Steve Yzerman didn't want to get rid of those prospects. We're just saying, trade them, get somebody in here, But obviously there's a reason you hold on to your prospects, and we're seeing it right now. But yeah, just be ready for some rough patches. This is still an extremely young team. They're going to make mistakes. There's still a lot of really dangerous teams in the league. We still have a very competitive division. So just get ready. We're going to be hitting we might hit a couple rough spots here and there, but right now I'm extremely satisfied with what I'm seeing on the ice. So kudos to Steve Yzerman and Todd McClellan so far, and Dylan Larkin.
So McClellan and you got Dan Campbell, very similar, right? They're starting off in a very similar situation too, with a lot of young guys starting fresh. things you're going to see with that is a little streakiness. And we saw that with the Lions. You're going to see a little bit of till you right the ship. So that's okay. We just want to see a vast improvement. And I know they start out quick. The Wings of starting out quick, but they're starting out undeniably good, right? They're winning the game where you go, okay, that was a fucking solid game. That wasn't a you lucked out or holy shit you got lucky or what was the other team doing that week. You're playing solid hockey. So that's what we want to see. Hermdo, we know it's a long season. I'm a Tigers fan. I'm a baseball fan. I get it. We're still going into this shit right now. And then in the end of October with the Blue Jays reaching the World Series versus the Dodgers. Hey, here's one thing I'd like to say. With those two teams, you know what they have in common? They at least have someone on their team that hits over 300. I'll never drop that fucking that concept. It just drives me crazy that teams have gotten away from it, and that's why it's so important. Now, you know the Dodgers are going to beat the Blue Jays. I'm sorry, Wayne. The Dodgers are just going to keep winning. Unless your Blue Jays can say super, super hot, I just don't see the Dodgers losing.
No.
I don't know.
One of those teams that just like, it's just designed to just win. It's just a wagon. It's just one of these teams. $300 million behemoth. Shohei Ohtani and Freddie Freeman and all these other fucking guys on the team. And, you know, it's disgusting. It's sickening to see this kind of shit, you know, but that's just what baseball is now. And I think, you know, there's been a lot of rumors and stuff like that. They could start a salary cap. I would not be surprised. Maybe not next season, but season after. They could have a lockout, like a season-long lockout while they get this salary cap hammered out. Same thing like the NHL back 20 years ago. Something's going to happen. It's just you can't have like all these teams spending this much money to win, all these teams buying championships. It's bad for the sport. But, I expect something to happen like that. Like the MLB is going to have to intervene. The owner's going to have to come together and kind of work something out, you know, just give more teams a fighting chance and stuff like that. But I don't know. Maybe it happens. Maybe it doesn't, you know. But it's one of those things just like if I have to watch, and I was talking about this when you were fixing your mic, you know, the Dodgers and like the Kansas City Chiefs and the Dodgers, two teams I'm so goddamn sick of. I'm sick of seeing these fucking guys. I'm sick of all the cutesy little storylines. I'm sick of pretending these teams are like Cinderella stories. I'm sick of all the narratives. I'm sick of the celebrity bullshit. I'm sick of fucking Shohei Ohtani.
You know what's
I'm sick of fucking Patrick Mahomes. Yeah.
What's never going to be modern? Okay, the NFL is always going to be cool and modern, and baseball's always just going to be a bunch of old white guys running it. So you're going to get the Dodgers. They love that shit, dude. The old whites love that with baseball and the Dodgers like that. It's sad, right? Because MLB is missing out on not having a homegrown all-star, right? They wasted Mike Trout. They did. They wasted him. Say what you want about the NFL rigging their shit, but at least they don't miss, dude. Their script writers are better than the baseball script writers.
Yeah, definitely. I look at Mike Trout and I'm just like, oh man.
Dude, he was a 5-tool phenom.
Yeah, he was absolutely incredible. Wasted on a lousy Angels squad. And I know they tried putting like Albert Pujols and Mark Trumbo and Josh Hamilton around him. And they tried so hard. You show Ohtani too. And Ohtani was like, he's just like, fuck it. You know, you get guys like Trout and Ohtani making like the most amazing dynamic plays you've ever seen, like hitting 3 home runs or just running down, making some amazing defensive play. And then like the Angels would lose like 8-5 or something. And Shohei Ohtani was like, fuck this. He got his ring. You know, Mike Trout, I don't know, man. I know he loves the Angels. He loves being Mr. Angel. But it's just like your legacy is just going to be your wasted potential. Your legacy is just going to be
turn into Roger Dorn, dude.
Yeah, something like that. Just a guy who was just next level and just never got any. Yeah, he just never came anywhere close to getting a ring, and he just, you know, was. I don't know. It's a real shame. A guy like Mike Trout, you know, I mean, he's getting up there. You know, he's been in the league for about 12, 13 years now, and
he's dead too. His
sad
legs
to see.
are shot.
The guy should be.
He's injured right now. He's always hurt. He's done. He's
done.
Always hurt. Sad. He's gonna retire. It's sad.
He's going to retire an Angel, and he gave everything he had to this team. This is a guy who should be carrying around hardware. Guys like Mike Trout should have hardware, but that's just the thing. There's a lot of legendary MLB players that never got a ring, and Mike Trout counts himself among them. You know, it's real. It's a tragedy.
True.
You hate seeing this kind of stuff, but that's just the way the league is. That's just the way the league is. So
Well, it just goes to show it doesn't matter how many stars you are and how big of a prospect you are, you still have to earn it. And even when you get that big paycheck, it comes at a cost, right? So he took his bag and he knew it, but he could have put a trade clause in there. And I'm pretty sure, not even thinking, I'm pretty sure he has a no trade clause. Because like you said, he wants to be Mr. LA. But hey, I wanted to say, Jared Bear said, sorry to say, but I think you're a bit premature with the Wings. It's a great start, but let's see where they're at mid-season.
Okay, that's totally, you know what? I'm not even mad. That's totally fair. Jared Bear, I'm sure you've been watching a lot of Wings lately, as have I. And we know what the Wings can get off to hot starts. They have these little hot streaks, you know, winning 5, 6, 7 games, sometimes having really good months. You know, I think this team could be good. I think their November schedule is pretty easy. I think they could do a little damage here, build up a little bit. I don't know if they can be a league leading, or not a league leading team, but like a division leading team. I still think, you know, Maple Leafs and, you know, Tampa Bay and Florida are still dangerous teams. Granted, they have some injuries. They got a lot of guys, like I said, Matthew Tkachuk's out. Wings could they be hanging around that top 3 or 4 spot in the division? Maybe. But that's totally and completely fair, Jared Bear. I'm not even mad at you. We should wait and give it time. I'm just saying I'm excited for what it is right now. I don't want to be, what I should have said before, I don't want to be the kind of guy that's always predicting the bottom to fall out with the Wings team, especially now when they look like they have a real infusion of young talent. I don't know. We have not seen a full season of Todd McClellan yet. What can he bring to this team?
That's the biggest thing.
That's the big thing. We have not seen 3 young rookies added to this team. Axel Sandin Pellikka, you know, Michael Branson-Nygaard, Emmett Finney. We also got some guys waiting in the wings. We're going to see a lot more guys. You know, Nate Danielson's coming up soon. Carter Mazur might be with the team. We're seeing other guys like Simone Edvinson's, Marco Casper, and what have you. And, you know, it's just, but we have to wait and see. I understand the wait and see approach. I know I get a little carried away sometimes. I was predicting a Red Wings playoff berth. I still think they can make the playoffs. I'm still, you know, I put a Hermdo guarantee on it, and a Hermdo guarantee ain't worth shit, but it's still, I just want to get excited. I want to get excited. So Jared Bear, don't rain on my fucking parade, man. No, I'm just kidding. But I understand where you're coming from. Let's wait and see. I don't know where this team's going to be. They look like they have a little bit of depth. They got some scoring talent. It looks like good. You know, Larkin's playing out of his mind right now. One of those guys, and Larkin is just a guy that I feel so bad for. A guy that's never really gotten, you know, anywhere close to a deep playoff run. But this could be the year. This could be the year. Yeah, don't put the cart before the horse. I totally understand. I'm just rambling here. Don't pay any attention to me. But
well, as you're rambling, I had to check out this other. I forgot there's a whole other Monday Night Football game on.
That's right. Seahawks and somebody.
Seahawks in Houston, and Seahawks are already up 14-3, and Houston just continues to look flat, and Sam Darnold continues to look salvageable again on a team that has a defense and a couple of
Sam Darnold.
Weapons.
Yeah. The Seahawks are built to accommodate. You know, Sam Darnold is just got no love in the league. One of those guys. But
I hate him so much, and I don't know why.
I know.
It's his face.
I know.
It's something about
he's
it.
hateable. He's hateable. Sam Darnold is going to be the MVP this year. CJ Stroud is a bust. That's a Hermdo guarantee. Mark.
That's it.
But yeah,
again, Hermdo guarantees aren't worth
Hermdo guarantee. The HDO guarantee. But yeah, just to finish up with Jared Bear, I understand if you want to take a more measured approach to this. I'm just saying, and I said before, just wait. They're going to go through some rough patches. There's going to be guys not scoring. There's going to be bad defensive, bad defensive breakdowns. There's going to be bad goaltending. But John Gibson and Cam Talbot, I think that can be a solid tandem. But I mean, let's not kid ourselves here. I'm not expecting a whole hell of a lot from these guys, but I think the Wings could have a good season this year. But just be ready for some bullshit. Just be ready for the bottom to drop out, and just keep your expectations realistic. I think they got a good shot at the playoffs, but things got to go right. Under Todd McClellan, we've seen him go right a little bit, but as far as long-term success, we have not seen that. So let's see. I'm remaining positive. I hope you can be positive too, Jared Bear. I hope that answered your question. I know I'm just rambling on. But yeah, we're talking about the Seattle motherfucking Seahawks and the
Well, we just got some news on Mike Evans, and I don't
Texans.
know if you saw this
Mike
yet,
Evans.
but he has a broken clavicle. So Mike
Ooh,
Evans,
fuck.
this is a wide receiver that I wanted to be a Lion so bad.
Yeah,
I
absolutely.
have a lot of love and respect for Mike Evans, so that sucks. I hate to see him go down like that.
Yeah, that sucks, man. Evans is a guy.
good.
What he had 13 straight seasons of 1,000 yards or more. I mean, it's just like
just
guy's
as
just next
solid
level.
as can be.
Just as solid as can be. A guy you can always depend on. That sucks. That's a big kick in the balls for Tampa Bay fans. Doctor in the Dew. I know we mocked you. We hate everything about you. You disgust me, Doctor in the Dew. I hope you die. No, I'm just kidding. But I'm sorry.
A lot of
Dr.
that
Nadeau,
rhymed.
that's
A lot
rough.
of that rhymed, I want to say. Oh, and dude, here's another weird thing I just saw too. Eagles are bringing back Brandon Graham out of retirement. How often do you see guys retire, come back out of
Somebody got
retirement
hurt.
mid-season? Well, they're saying it's because Zadarius Smith retired.
Yeah.
There's no way that he's replacing
Zadarius
the
Smith
guy
retired. That's right.
who played like 2 games.
I don't. What's going on with the Eagles, man? I don't understand this at all. But yeah, if Brandon Graham wants to come back and get a bag, I mean, okay. I mean, do what you got to do. If you want to subject yourself to getting CTE again, I mean, knock yourself out.
Literally.
The Eagles are one of those teams. Yeah, the Eagles are one of those teams that it's just, obviously they're an extremely good franchise. A couple Super Bowls in the last 7-8 years, but it's just I don't know. Some of the moves they've been making lately leave me scratching my head. I don't know.
As I scratch my head, I'm reminiscent of 2 fellows talking about the powerful offensive line that they're so proud to have, and I think that's kind of what got Philly to those Super Bowls, and they were known for tush push and all was their powerful offensive line, and that is what you see when your offensive line isn't Superman anymore. So we play the Eagles. I'm okay with their downfall. It looked like the Vikings were about to beat them, and I'm pretty sure they should have beat them because Hawkinson was complaining of, hey, I really just don't understand what a complete catch is anymore. Can someone explain it to me? So I think that's one of those games where they're saying, okay, the Eagles can't go down to the Vikings like this. We play the Eagles, man, after our bye week. And I'm really trying to just not look at anything really after the bye week right now and enjoy the fact that we're 5-2. We just won on Monday Night Football. I'm excited. But let's really think about that. After that bye week, after we rest, what does the rest of the season look like to us? And how do these teams look like? Because we're going to sit back at week 8 and just go, and just watch certain things play out, right? I don't know what week 8 is. Hold on, week 8.
I don't know. And it's good. Is it the Vikings, Commanders, Eagles, and Giants, if I'm not mistaken? That
is our next lineup. But as we sit, right, we're going to be sitting there watching the Vikings play the Chargers before they play us, right? So on a Thursday night game, that's not easy. We're going to see the Eagles play the Giants. The Giants going to be Giants-Eagles. That game, the mojo the Giants have right now, I know they just lost to Bo Nix in Denver, but I could see the Giants beating the shit out of the Eagles and really wearing them down right after we're coming back from a beautiful break. And then you've got Commanders Chiefs Monday night, but this is going to be Chiefs at home. So they're S and the D of Patty Mahomes hard. And I think that's going to be where you see where the Commanders look like pretenders this year. And the Chiefs are going to bury them.
I think so. I think, whatever storylines around Jaden Daniels. I mean, I know he's the one that served us that big fat that big fat loss in the playoffs last season, but he's having a little bit of a sophomore slump this season. I think
He is.
they're just boosting.
They scheme
Kansas
for
City
him
is
now.
still, yeah, it is. But Kansas City, they're still the new hotness. They've been for a while. They're the cutesy little storyline. They're going to push that forward. Kansas City is just one of these teams. And I hate the Eagles, but watching them beat up on Kansas City in the Super Bowl last year was pretty fun. But
It was.
It's just one of those things. But I got the hiccups. But yeah, it's just one of those things. Just expect Kansas City to get all the looks. Expect Kansas City to get all the benefits from the penalties. Just expect Kansas City to beat whoever they're playing.
Until Tom, November 2nd, they are going
yeah.
to Buffalo to play the Bills.
Ooh. Oh,
so
God.
They're going to come off this high of like, okay, we gave you that Lions game. We clearly gave you that. The
Yes.
NFL did. And then we gave you the Raiders, who are garbage.
Yeah.
Lakeview football team 04 garbage. Then we're going to give you a home game with the Commanders, and we're going to let you beat up all over them. And but how do you favor them? Chiefs, Bills. I want to see who's officiating that game. It's in Buffalo. You got to give that one to the Bills. You have to give that one to the Bills.
Yeah.
You cannot make Kansas City beat the Bills already. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Bills and Chiefs got a history, definitely.
Oh,
but that'll be a very, very fun game to watch. Yes,
and as my buddy Wayne said, dude, you are only judged on how you play the Chiefs. You are. He's right. Wayne, you're right.
Yes, exactly. Lions, one of those things, win or loss, you take whatever you can get, winning that game a couple of years ago, the start of the season, that the script writers were probably pissed about that. But, yeah, with the Chiefs, you never know, man. The Chiefs are just that team. They're just one of those teams. We saw with the Patriots, it's just one of those things. It's just, what are you going to do? But it's just Jeff Jared Bear Tactical. We love you, Jared Bear. You're the best. Go
Thank you,
Red
Bear.
Wings. But yeah,
go Wings.
I'm
He's
sick of the
big
Chiefs.
Wings
Good. Go Wings, baby. The Wings. We're bringing it back. The Empire will strike back very soon. But yeah, fuck the Chiefs, basically. I'm tired of Patrick Mahomes and his goofy curly hair. I'm tired of Travis Kelce and his stupid girlfriend, Taylor Swift, the white woman, like, leader of all mankind. I'm tired of this bitch. I'm tired of her gay music. I'm tired of her. I'm sick of Taylor Swift. Her music isn't even that good. I'm tired of these white millennial women, like, sacrificing their children to her. I'm done with this shit. I'm done with this cutesy Hollywood bullshit. I'm fucking done. I'm so goddamn sick of seeing Patrick Mahomes' stupid face, his stupid mongoloid face, and all these commercials. I'm done with this shit. I hate the Chiefs. I hate the Dodgers too. I'm sick of seeing Shohei Ohtani, who let his manager take the fall for that gambling scandal. I'm sick of him too. I mean, yeah,
you're sick of Hollywood, dude. That's what Hollywood.
I'm sick of
Patrick
the
Mahomes
bullshit.
and Ohtani are Hollywood. The Chiefs and the Dodgers are Hollywood.
Yeah, I mean, Shohei Ohtani, 3 home runs and 10 strikeouts. I know, amazing. Everybody was circle jerking about this guy. I'm done with it. I'm tired of him. I hope they both tear their ACLs. Fuck them, both of them. Fuck them. Tired of it. Fuck.
I'm tired of it too, man. I really am. I think the revolution begins with the Lions winning the Super Bowl.
Yeah, could you imagine the Lions actually pulling it off, actually taking care of business? Can you imagine what this city would be like if the Lions actually took care of business? If they took care of business against the Chiefs or something? Could you imagine?
I'll cry.
That would set the NFL on its head.
You know what would happen?
Insane.
Here's my prediction.
What would happen?
Hitch would actually come back to the podcast.
Hitch would come back to the podcast.
That, I think, would get Hitch back on the podcast. And he would take credit for everything that happened before then.
Yes.
And say, the only reason that they won this Super Bowl is because I didn't podcast until now. He'll say that.
Yeah.
He'll say that's the whole reason.
Yeah, exactly. Hitch will take all the credit. He'll finally return my texts. He'll finally be
Yep.
back on the podcast.
He'll finally
know,
return mine.
That's what it's going to take. The Lions need to win the Super Bowl before Hitch comes back. Hitch, you son of a bitch. Oh, Lordy. Oh, God.
Sack the Pack says, let's go. Right. And you know what? That could be another Hitch burner account. We said his name 3 times. He's jumping into this chat. And you're right, dude. He might return our text. He will come on. He will return our text. He will come onto the podcast. He'll return our phone calls too. So he'll leave his garage. So
yes, he better. He damn well better.
That'll get him out. So I think that's what's going to happen. So Hitch, I love your strategy. Stay incognito. Keep ignoring us. Keep pretending this whole thing doesn't exist. And
you're breaking my heart, Hitch.
Nope. Sack the Peg said, nope, this is not a burner Hitch account.
That's what Hitch would say.
That's exactly what a Hitch burner would say. No, it's all good. I mean, he's busy fighting crime, man. I mean,
yes.
He does this every time Donald Trump takes office. He goes into crime fighting mode. He goes down to his lair and
Oh yeah.
Takes care of business.
Yes, he does. That's our boy Hitch.
He sure is. So listen, we have a bye week coming up, and I'm actually kind of excited that we're gonna still go and do our normal podcasting stuff and put episodes out and all this stuff. But like you just did the whole thing about the Red Wings. Baseball season is over. I'm gonna start bringing up the Pistons, dude, because these fuckers are starting real soon.
They are starting soon. We got some NBA action coming your way. We'll see Cade Cunningham. People thought he was a flash in the pan. Cade Cunningham gets no love, but the guy's seriously underrated. No love. We love Cade Cunningham. I remember fucking what's his name? That fucking vampire, that fucking decrepit corpse, Skip Bayless. Who's all talking. Remember after they drafted Cade Cunningham. He was all like, "Oh, he's not going to be a franchise-changing player. He's not going to be this kind of guy." Cade Cunningham is the truth and the light. We got to get more into basketball, man. The Pistons are doing some special stuff. They got Duncan Robinson. They got some other guys. We're going to see, Jaden Ivey and all these dudes and Jalen Duren and, some of the guys on this team. I don't know shit about basketball. So I did a couple
of you're lucky
the Pistons
because I do.
Whatever. Good. We can
so
talk
don't
more
worry.
about basketball.
I got us covered on basketball. My son's going to come on too. He knows basketball more than I do. And
good.
I've been really thinking too, since I do my basketball stuff too, I'm going to start ripping some basketball packs of cards on the fan forum.
Yeah, absolutely.
So while we're doing that,
absolutely.
I'll just pull some cards and rip them, and you guys can see what I got and all that shit. But because I'm telling you what, the NBA is coming back as LeBron James fades out. You want to talk about Sack the Pack says, let's get healthy. You want to know who's getting healthy? LeBron James by not playing the first half of the fucking season. Like, you want to talk about the NBA as a total shitbag culture that we're finally getting exposed now. Kawhi Leonard, they just found basically had a no-show deal with some bullshit company in LA for like, I don't even know how I got to find the dollar amount, but Tom, there's no-show deals in the NBA like there was in the mob in the 60s and 70s.
Really?
Yeah, you're really starting to see why the NBA kind of teetered off, where you're like, what the fuck happened with this, like the strategy, and you're starting to see some drama in the NBA. So Aspirations executive reportedly saying that Sandberg said Clippers initiated Kawhi Leonard contract. So basically Kawhi Leonard got his deal from the Clippers to come play there versus playing for any other team. And he got a no-shore endorsement deal that was on the mix of 48 million they paid him. Yeah. 48. He got a 4-year, 48 million deal from Aspiration. So on top of his contract in the NBA, he gets an additional that no one's supposed to know about. So now,
oh wow,
let's go back and track some of these other deals that were just like, why the fuck did they go there for that money? And you're going to see there's going to be some no-show deals in the NBA. So I think there's going to be
Yeah.
a little bit of trepicy going on. But yeah, so this is my problem. Yes, Sack the Pack sucks that Ivy got hurt already.
It does.
You made the comment about Jaden Ivey. Dude, I'm waiting for him to be the Joe Dumars to Cade Cunningham.
Yeah.
Like, I'm waiting for that. I was so excited about Jaden Ivey. That was a year that I followed college basketball pretty hard, and watching him come out of Purdue, he just had this like pro caliber style of ball that I'm like, I want that on my team. We need that on the Pistons. And, you know, he's Cade's out, he's hurt, or he's in. Cade's in, he's out. Right now, he's hurt again. So it's like, what the fuck, right? We have such a young team. Jalen Duren is another one who I'm super proud and excited to see play through, because we've got this coach, man, JB Bickerstaff, which is, I'm telling you, he's up there with like the Dan Campbells and the McClellans of just like the no nonsense, and he's got a game plan and we're sticking to it, and a coach you want to play for. And you know, AJ Hinch is no different, right? So Detroit has 4 really good coaches right now that I think you'd want to play for if you were in any of these teams.
Absolutely. We're enforcing, we are dragging that's what these managers have to do. JB Bickerstaff had to drag the Pistons back into relevancy. Dan Campbell had to drag the Lions back into relevancy. Todd McClellan and AJ Hinch have the same job. These guys have to drag, because it's been a lot of lollygagging, a lot of fucking around as far as our 4 sports teams are concerned.
No,
we got to
lollygagging and pussyfooting. But for some reason,
lollygagging and pussyfooting. We got to get our shit together. We got to get back in the winning ways. We got 4 good coaches, probably some of the best coaches in the history of Detroit sports. But just like, I trust these guys. I think all 4 Detroit sports teams are doing well. We got to just be more consistent. I want this to be title town. I'm sick of Boston being title town.
I agree. I really agree.
Super Bowls. I want some Stanley Cups. I want some Commissioner's trophies. I want some NBA championships.
Give it all, man.
Want these motherfucking trophies. I want some rings. I want some bragging rights. I want some goddamn banners. We're doing it, baby. Detroit is coming back. Detroit sports are coming back. You know, remember how shitty everything was 5 years ago during the pandemic? We're past that, baby. We're evolving. We're moving on. It's going to be an exciting, dynamic, fantastic new culture of sports here in Detroit. And you know what? We're going to be talking about it the whole time. Subscribe to Detroit Fan Forum. So,
exactly. And 9/11 was an inside job. Subscribe to the Fan Forum.
Was.
You're right.
George Soros did it.
I'm glad that I'm glad, you know, and we're halfway in October. There hasn't been an October surprise. So we're doing great, man. No, I'm super happy. We've got probably, in my opinion, one of the best sports towns out there. And it's about damn time we're getting recognized as one, because everybody that comes here, you saw it with the NFL draft, fell in love with the town. They fell in love with the food. They fall in love with the people. Find me a better town. In Texas,
Detroit.
Sorry, you're done.
Yeah.
LA, you are so 80s and 90s. It's not even funny, dude. You're done.
Yeah.
You're over with.
New York, forget about it.
Dude, forget about it. New York is so over with and done with.
Yeah. We're tired of it. We're tired of the Yankees.
We're tired of it. We're sick of it, dude. And you know, it's nice to see when you look at the NBA last year and you've got like the Pacers back into the relevancy.
Yeah.
Right. It's nice to see when you've got these teams, and I'm not even calling them small market teams, because, dude, when you have Reggie Miller playing for you, you're not a small market team.
No,
when you have, Rick Smits and all those guys, like, we're falling away from the Hollywood glitz and glamour that was the 80s and 90s, more so the late 80s and 90s, of just like everything had to be a certain way. Right. The Bulls took over for the 90s before you had the Showtime Lakers, before you had the Celtics, and they really just try to keep driving this narrative in the NBA. But dude, as soon as LeBron is out, as soon as his name is out of the NBA, it's going to look so different. It's going to sound different. hearing these guys talk about basketball. You can't talk about LeBron anymore, dude. When Jordan left,
Yeah.
you could talk about Kobe, right? When Kobe left, you
Yes.
could talk about LeBron. When LeBron left, there's nobody to talk about. It's going to be wide
Who?
open.
I mean,
It's going to be
Victor
really interesting.
Wembanyama, maybe? I don't know.
But it's
I don't
wide
know.
open. There's plenty
Yeah,
of
it
names.
is. It
And
is.
and I'm not saying it's not for a lack of talent. It's just it's open. There's no narrative. There's no
Yeah.
megastar. There's no guy they're going to write a movie deal after. There's no he
Yeah.
created the first shoe. It's going to just be open, right? And
that's good.
once
Yeah.
Pat Mahomes leaves the NFL or Andy Reid stops coaching the Chiefs, it's going to be open, right? And that's what I'm saying. Like hockey's always wide open. It's never been Hollywood. Baseball is old white man Hollywood, but yeah, be interesting.
Absolutely. I'm looking forward to a different kind of sports culture. You know, I mean, we talk about the superstars and whatnot. I know I just get pissed off. I'm just tired of hearing about it sometimes. And the same thing with, like, we talked about the Dodgers, we talked about the Chiefs, and same thing with, like, the Lakers and LeBron. Every time LeBron gets a hangnail, I got to get a million Twitter updates about it. But
you're even getting coverage of him not playing this season. Like, that's all they're going to talk about. What's he doing while he's not playing?
Exactly. I'm tired of the fucking guy.
Is he downstairs under the
shit? But
is he under the Getty Museum right now with all the other celebrities?
Yeah. I mean, LeBron is one of those guys. Just like, is he as good as Kobe? Is he as good as Jordan? You know, just like one of those things to talk about. But no Jordan, no Kobe, no LeBron in the league. I mean, what's the league going to talk about now? That's an interesting thing. What's NBA culture going to be when you don't have one of these guys? Yeah. You can build a huge narrative around it. Basically, just be the face of the league. Who's the face of the league after LeBron leaves? You know, who's the face of the NHL, the whatever? That's the thing going forward. Just sitting here, just like it's more wide open. We should focus more on guys. You know, not just like a specific team, but you know, we got to just move forward, and we got to just bring up other kind of lesser known guys, and give more people the spotlight and build a culture around being more inclusive, not to sound like a liberal. You know, so I'm sick of hearing about the same 4 or 5 guys all the time. Let's branch out a little bit, you know. That's definitely what needs to happen.
Let's get a little excited, is what you're saying. Let's let performance merit the excitement.
Yes.
Dude,
Absolutely.
You know what's funny? I put all these sound effects in here, and I always have the intentions of utilizing them, and I never do anything with them. Ever.
I know, me too. I got all this stuff.
Like all these little buttons.
Jesus Christ, that was a little too loud. Yeah, I got this little soundboard next to my stream deck. I play it sometimes, but it's a little loud. But we got all sorts of fun stuff. We got
turn down for what?
I can't even hear it.
I know.
That's the funny thing.
Can you hear this? Oh, I don't even know if it's playing or not. It works with my OBS. I don't know.
Does it?
Oh, it's really loud. My earphones. I got to turn that fucking volume down. But yeah.
Well, I couldn't even hear when I was playing for you. So, well, listen, Hermdo,
okay.
I got to get ready for bedtime.
Yes.
It is about midnight, and we had an excellent show. I want to thank you for hopping on.
Absolutely.
Even though we had some technical difficulties, you and I will sit
That's
down.
Okay.
I don't know. Are you working tomorrow?
No.
Perfect. So let's do a recorded, edited version, and we'll talk. We can discuss what it feels like to have a bye week. What do we think? What is Jared Goff going to eat for breakfast on the bye week? No, we'll talk about the Red Wings. We'll talk about Pistons. We'll talk about pretty much everything but the Lions, and the Tigers. So
give the Lions a rest.
Yeah, we take a break too with the Lions. So let's do that. Let's get together and we'll talk about everything other than football and baseball. But outside of that, if you're still watching, like, subscribe, tell your friends. This is really fun. I appreciate all the love, appreciate all the support. thank you to the doctor and the Dew for coming on earlier this week and talking about the Bucks. And JT, you're a good sport because I'm going to spend the next day tomorrow just giving you hell. And I think I'm going to bring a Aiden Hutchinson jersey to work and hang it in your office. So anticipate that. So outside of that, Hermdo, yeah, we'll talk to you later, brother. One Pride.
All right, sounds good, man. One Pride.
See ya.
See ya.